Evgeny Malkin has had a bit of a tough go, but in the last couple of games, multiple two-game performances. Talk to me about him, and then I want to roll over to the defense, talk Chris Letang, Brian Dumoulin, and Ole Mata, and then we'll talk about Russ and your guy, Patrick Hornquist. Go ahead.
Certainly. Yeah, I mean, Evgeny Malkin has always been a top-notch player. Much like the Mary Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr dynamic in the past, Malkin sometimes seems to have his best performances when Sidney Crosby's out of the lineup. I don't know if it's just taking the burden off of his shoulders, but you can always tell when Malkin's going through a slump. He gets easily agitated by opposing teams, and teams look to do that, to get him off of his game. But he started picking up, and my brain's going to fail me, when he broke his scoreless streak. But yeah, he's been playing like a man possessed right now. Potentially the Penguins' 500 performance in the last 10 games, he's seen where he has to have a little bit more of a leadership role. But yeah, he's putting the puck in the net and he's making smart decisions with the puck. You're not seeing those lazy passes at the top of the zone, and it's just going to benefit the team.
Defense, the guys that I mentioned, what do you think?
So, I mean, Chris Letang's having a stellar year. Definitely has bounced back from some of his injury problems. Brian Dumoulin, while you're not seeing him a lot on the score sheet, has just been absorbing pucks. He had two fantastic sacrifices of his body in the Penguins' last game. Ole Mata he's been very, very streaky. Sometimes does very well, sometimes not. But Penguins definitely need a better performance from him.
Okay, Rust Hornquist, and we'll go to break.
So, yeah, I mean, Brian Rust has had kind of streaks of brilliance this season, but the consistency has not been great. And, I mean, Patrick Hornquist, I mean, the hardest working player in the league right now. I mean, Pittsburgh loves their ham and eggers, and that's who Patrick Hornquist is. That concussion scare earlier in the season definitely kept him on the shelf for a little bit, but he's coming back and he's putting his body where it needs to be and causing the commotion in front of the net. Before
we get to the postseason with our fingers crossed, we got to talk about what's happening now in the Metropolitan. We'll do that next here at the AT&T store, brand new Perry Highway, Wexford.